Hi, I'm Nick Moore, and in this video we're going to discuss Kramer's TP594Txr and TP594Rxr. They're the most sophisticated HDBaseT transmitter and receiver set that Kramer has so far manufactured. In addition to supporting HDR 4K 60 444, they also support a number of other innovative features, such as audio return channel and built-in IP-driven control. They also support audio embedding and de-embedding, bidirectional IR, bidirectional RS-232, Ethernet, and power over Ethernet. In a second, we're going to look at the front and the back of the units so that we can see what connections are provided. Looking at the back of the transmitter, we can see the HDMI input, 3.5mm jack for IR, a 3-pole terminal block for RS-232 to be tunneled through the HDBaseT. There's a 5-pole terminal block for balanced stereo audio, a Toslink connector, port for HDBaseT, dip switches, an RS-232 port to control the functionality of the transmitter, an Ethernet port, a USB port for firmware upgrades, and a 48-volt DC input that can provide PoE to the receiver. Looking on the rear of the receiver, we can see the HDMI output port, the 3.5mm jack for bidirectional IR, a 3-pole socket for the RS-232 that deals with the tunneled to RS-232 signal over HDBaseT, the 5-pole port for balanced stereo audio, a Toslink connector, the HDBaseT input, dip switches, the RS-232 port that deals with control of the receiver, an Ethernet port, a USB port for firmware upgrades, and the 12-volt DC input that can be used when PoE is not being provided. The TP594Txr and Rxr can also be integrated into sophisticated control systems. They can be used, for example, with a Kramer SL240C to control connected devices such as displays using the built-in IP control gateway. Devices can also be controlled with IR and RS-232 and also CEC over the HDMI connection, thus saving additional control cabling. The LEDs on the front of the TP594Txr indicate PoE status, link, whether there's a valid input, and whether the device is powered. The LED indicators on the front of the TP594Rxr are slightly different. In addition to the PoE status, link and on indicators, there are lights which glow blue when detecting any gateway activity from IR, RS-232 or CEC. Although the TP594Txr and Rxr use visually lossless compression technology in order to send a 4K 60 444 signal, which also supports HDR, over long distances with near zero latency, they're also backwardly compatible to any other standard HDBaseT transmitter and receiver set, and they will just support the standard HDBaseT features under those circumstances. The units support HDCP 2.2, deep color, XV color, lip sync, HDMI uncompressed audio channels, Dolby True HD, DTS HD, 2K, 4K, CEC and 3D as specified in HDMI 2.0. The audio embedding feature of the TP594Txr and Rxr is very sophisticated. What we can actually do is temporarily overwrite the audio from a video clip with audio from a microphone using the embedding process and replacing the audio in the embedded HDMI channel. Of course, the units can also support standard audio embedding functions. Now, we mentioned earlier that the pair support audio return channel. What this means is that the receiver can accept an audio return channel on its HDMI output and provide local audio out on the analog stereo audio port, as well as sending audio return channel over HDBaseT back to the HDMI input on the transmitter. For more information on the advanced features of the TP594Txr and Rxr and all the other HDBaseT receivers and transmitters that Kramer produces, please visit our website. Thank you for watching.